Hello and welcome to the 6th episode of SoCal Spotlight. I'm María Felicia Kelley. We bring you the achievers, the high flyers, the movers and shakers in Southern California in entertainment, sports, wellness, and politics. And today, I'm excited to chat with a performer I've admired for years. She's a prolific singer and songwriter. She's San Diego's own Rebecca Jade. Rebecca has earned plenty of accolades, including being named Jazz Artist of the Year by the Independent Music Awards. And not only that, through the years, Rebecca has won the San Diego Music Awards Best Music Video, Best R&B Song, Song of the Year, and Artist of the Year. My appreciation for Rebecca and her music runs deep, so it's going to be a treat to spend some time chatting with this lovely songstress. So welcome, Rebecca Jade. I'm so happy to have you here. You're such a beautiful spirit, such a beautiful person. I guess I want to start with San Diego. Sure. Because we're both from San Diego, yes. And San Diego has helped create who you are, the city, the North County regions. People are behind you in the entertainment space, and just wanted to know how it feels to have such a great grounding and fan base here in San Diego, and how has that helped push you forward to where you find yourself today?
That's a great question, and thank you for having me, Maria. I appreciate it. God, I love our beautiful city. Mm-hmm. I'm very proud to be from San Diego. I've been very fortunate to travel a lot, and I go to these amazing places sometimes, and I go, and as soon as I land and I see our beautiful beaches, and yes. I just go, and our sun and our, I just go, God, we live in one of the best cities in the world.
I know.
So that being said, I feel a lot of love from mm-hmm. our beautiful city and music supporters, and I don't know how else to even put it. I'm just so grateful for just my community, be it our spiritual community mm-hmm. and just music lovers mm-hmm. and people support. And I'm very, very grateful. I've gotten my footing here, and I've been able to become a professional touring artist right here.
And a good one at that.
Thank you so much.
And I know that feeling. I have family on the East Coast, and when I've gone back for, during the winter time, and then to come back here, you can take your jacket off, your coat off, and feel like, wow. And it's just the absolute beauty, and the people too.
Yes.
We make it what it is.
We do.
So that's so awesome. So recently you came out with Not Me, No Way.
Yes.
Love that.
Thank you.
And you co-wrote that.
I did.
Tell us about the experience and the process of co-writing songs.
Yeah. So that's actually kind of a new process for me, which I'm very grateful for. I'm always open to having those new experiences. To backtrack a little bit, I kind of wasn't sure that I was a songwriter. I want to be a songwriter. I wanted to be a songwriter. And so I wasn't... I've had a lot of projects where people kind of were writing songs for me, and I appreciated that, and they're really great projects. Mm-hmm. But I wanted to know what my sound was, so that's kind of where I explored just writing more, and I did my album Shade of Jade, which came out a couple years ago.
Oh, I love that.
And so that fast forward now, I ended up going. I did a show in January of this year. And I met this guy, Chris Standring. He's an amazing guitar player, producer. He's English, and so we met, hit it off. And he said after the show, I'd heard his music, but we had never met. And he reached out to me maybe a week or so later. He said, "Hey, Rebecca, I'd like to do a song with you." Wow. I said, "Great, I'd love the opportunity, And because he's a producer, he's not really a songwriter. And so we were kind of brainstorming ideas. And then he said, "If you're okay with it, I'd like to bring in a really phenomenal songwriter. Her name's Lauren Christie. She's also English." And so they've known each other for many years, kind of grew up and all that stuff together. And so I said, of course, I'd love that. I would just love to be a part of the process, because now he's bringing in this person who's an incredible songwriter. So I want to learn from her too, you know? So he brought her in. She's an amazing woman, and we just sat. So he had created a couple tracks, and so we picked one. I wanted something kind of a little bit more upbeat, because my songs from A Shade of Jade, a lot of them are a little more mellow, you know?
Right.
So I was like, I need something that's got a little energy. So we picked a song, one of the tracks that he presented to us. And I was like, I really like this one, you know? And so he's like, yeah, let's do it. And then Lauren came in and kind of had this vibe, and we were just started back and forth writing and crafting this song, and it was great.
It's a collaborative effort.
Very much a collaborative effort. Yeah. So he lives in LA, so I drove up to LA, and Lauren also lives in LA. So we met at his studio, and we would just kind of just really hash it out, like piece by piece, verse, chorus, and went through and kind of just fleshed out all the things,
so
you know, and then so the song is now out, and I'm very excited about it.
It has a great sound.
Thank you very much.
Really cool.
Thank you.
So when you're like writing a song on your own, because you do mostly kind of solo songwriting.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
What's your process? Because I know I've heard of like musicians who go to bed with a notepad next to the bed, or a voice recorder.
Yes.
Are you one of those that wakes up and like has to get an idea down, or do you sit and strum a guitar and play the piano at a different time and just have it work through you?
It's a little bit more the former, but a little bit of the latter also. So I don't write as mine's a little bit more sporadic. I kind of go with like, I'll hear something, or I'll get a line in my mind or something. So I write a lot of those down, or melodies. I have tons of recordings on my phone, or I'll wake up. One time I was flying home from somewhere, I don't even know where, and I was literally asleep, and I remember waking up, and this bass line kept playing through my head, and so I was like, okay, I don't know what this is, but I'm just gonna whatever it was, and I just recorded it, and then subsequently sent that to a friend of mine who helps me produce music, and so he helped put that idea down on something. So it's a lot of it's really just an idea that I have tons of notes and tons of recordings. I wish I could do, and I probably need to spend more time sitting down and really like crafting a song. I think more so is when you have like a little bit of a deadline. Right. Because I have like the Shade of Jade album took a long time, and I was like, you know what? I really need to finish this record. So when I'm able to sit down and really forced to do it, then I can also do it. But
how about when it's somebody else's music, someone else's lyrics? Is that process has to be a little bit different?
Yeah, it's a little different. And I like it, but sometimes I feel like you're like, it's almost like learning a cover song if it's somebody else's lyrics for you. You know what I mean? Right. But the thing with Not Me No Way was different, because we were crafting it together. You know? So so it was still really, really cool.
And speaking of that, I have to share with the audience, Rebecca Jade wrote sung a song, my lyrics, for my Christmas book.
Yes.
Part of the Celebrate the Holidays children's book series.
Yes.
December 25. The title of the song is Believe on December 25. And Rebecca Jade, I came to her and asked if you would sing the lyrics to what I wrote. And then you put the music behind it with
Carnell
and Rob Robinson.
Yes.
You guys did a fabulous job.
Thank you.
And to this day, I'm just, it's so pleasing to know that I can, go to iTunes and find my music.
Yeah, isn't that
Thanks
cool?
to you.
You're welcome.
So this was a great opportunity I've obviously told you thank you before.
Absolutely.
But what a great way to roll out a new kids book with a Christmas title with a Christmas carol.
Yes.
So I really, really appreciated it.
Thank you for entrusting us with that. It was really cool how that came out. So
it
thank you.
was just a great process.
Yeah.
So what is it like when somebody like me comes to you and has an idea? I'm not a musician, and it was great that you said yes, but you may have said yes because we kind of knew each other. Are you inclined to help people that way?
Yeah.
I mean, you seem like a very helpful person.
Yeah, absolutely. No, thank you. That's a good question. I think, any chance I can be a part of, be of service to somebody to help them, manifest an idea that they have. I'm always up for that. And
it's long lasting too.
Yeah,
which
exactly,
is awesome.
exactly. And my hope is just to be able to give you what you're looking. There's one thing to have something in your mind. It's another thing to actually have it kind of completed. So sometimes having, just making sure that idea is brought to life is what I'm hoping for.
And the sound behind it too, because I love jazz, and I think we talked about Diana Krall. With, I heard her in my head, and you ran with that. And lots of credit to both you and Carnell.
Yeah, no, he's amazing, and we work really well together. We've worked together for many years now.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, it's always the goal is to make, just like I think in any kind of service, it's a service, and
exactly.
so is to give the client or whomever like what they want. So that's my biggest goal whenever somebody reaches out for that.
You're really good at doing it.
Thank you.
So I hear that really big things are on the to me, because I'm from the East Coast, I'm from Washington, D.C., and I understand that you're headed to Blues Alley.
I am.
Oh my goodness.
Very excited.
So awesome.
I've never played there. It's a well-known club, historic club, I think.
It's historic.
I've heard of it for many, many years.
And check this out. So my grandfather, Tony Kelley and his Royal Ambassadors was his band. He was a saxophone player and a vocalist, but he played Blues Alley when I was a kid.
Oh my God.
But he would play for, presidential inaugurations, the balls, and played at the base of the Washington Monument. And so I know Blues Alley, I guess is what I'm trying to get at. So it's a big deal. So kudos to you for landing that.
Thank you so much.
That's exciting.
I'm very excited. Yeah. Shout out to my agent, Gina McCain, Major Scale Management. She's been amazing.
That's really cool.
Very grateful.
Very cool.
Thank you.
So you've played with Dave Koz.
Our love is here to stay. Am I being selfish? 'Cause when we are apart, I feel helpless. I don't know where to start, this is hopeless. There's no one else I want but you.
Tell us about that experience. I know Sheila E. is right up there.
Yeah.
Wow. That's just awesome. That's my teenage years coming back to really enlighten my brain. It's really fantastic. So tell us what it's like to play with these, well-established names and what you got from the experience. I know with Dave Koz, you've traveled, across the globe.
Yeah.
And let's hear about it.
I cannot thank Dave enough for just being the amazing, sweet, authentic, loving, supportive person that he is. He really takes, especially new artists, and even, I'll give you a little backstory on that I wasn't even technically an artist when I met him.
Yeah.
I had albums out, but when I met him, I was actually brought in to be in the party band. So that's literally how I got my foot in the door.
Oh, wow. Is that like backup? Or?
No, that's literally so I'll give a little idea. So on the cruise, so this was on his Dave Koz and Friends at Sea cruise. 2016, it's my first one. And they used to have a band, so the cruises have music all day. So it's usually touring artists, it's like a big number of artists, and then usually at the end of the night, it's when everybody's done with the, going to shows and concerts, there's after party. And so I was in the band that was strictly the after party band. So it was all just the dance music and all that stuff. And so,
fun.
yeah, which has been my wheelhouse for many, many years. I did that here in San Diego. I was in a number of top 40 bands. And so that was my wheelhouse all day long. And I was brought in because they needed a singer for the band, and I knew somebody, I knew somebody who knew somebody, yada yada yada, and they invited me to come be a part of it. So when I met Dave, he was very welcoming and everything like that, but I wasn't technically an artist, and I didn't know that was a thing at the time. I didn't have a record that I was promoting. It wasn't.
Right.
It's a whole thing, which makes sense. So then the next year I was given a little bit more, I was brought back, and then I was given a little bit more responsibilities. So I was sang backup vocals for Kenny Lattimore on a show, on the ship,
nice.
on the cruise. And then I sang backup for somebody else. And then like the next year I was given an opportunity to have like my own show on the ship, you know, like in like one of the spaces on the ship. And then I was like, okay, I'm kind of learning the ropes, you know? And also that second year is when I met Sheila E. So
that's like 2017, 18?
2017. Yep. So that's
I
how
remember you talking about that.
Yeah, so that's how I met her. Actually, I met her that first year, 2016, but then 2017 she was brought back on the ship, and then she invited me to join her on her tours. So, and so that's how I made that connection, which was again through Dave. So I appreciate that. And then I was back on the cruise again with Dave, 2018, 2019. And then I'm like, okay, I'm kind of getting.
And you guys were going to Greece.
And we went to Australia. We went to, just came back from Norway and Iceland, and we did Amsterdam, and then next year.
He knows how to take a cruise.
Yeah, next year we go to South America. I'm very excited. Nice. So it's been really cool, but along the way I'm just learning, basically, now I'm learning the ropes, and I'm kind of like, okay, I'm figuring out what people are doing, and then that's kind of what sparked me to want to do my record. So I was like, okay, and I'm not even kidding, Maria, as soon as I created my record, it was like a shift. It really was like, okay, now I'm considered an artist because I have music to promote, and then that's kind of when I started working with an agent, and then I started doing my own shows.
So you take the step, and then things start to filter in.
It was really, really cool.
That's nice.
Yeah, but I owe a lot of that to Dave Kotz, because then I started doing his Christmas tour, and he started bringing me along on his major things, you know. I mean, I wasn't just a party band singer. Now I'm an artist.
Rose to the occasion.
Yeah. So
very cool.
Very cool. Very grateful.
So you've obviously performed in front of a multitude of audiences. How do you? What's your way of connecting with the people you're singing for? Is there a constant? And then from venue to venue, because some venues are larger, some are more intimate.
Right.
Does that change the way you connect with what's happening?
Maybe just a little bit, but only because, you know, it's harder to, you know, with the lighting being on the stage, you know, it's harder to see maybe people that are in the back or up on the balcony.
Right.
But I still try to play to them, you know. And, so it doesn't change too much, but I try to connect in hopefully the songs, and my goal is to emote as much as I can when I perform. So as I do a song, I want people to be connected to it. So if it's a sad song, I mean, I want you to, you know, maybe think of somebody that you love, that you miss, or you know, that kind of thing. Or if it's a happy song, and it's instinctual. I can't keep my body still when it's like a high energy song, you know, like, and people tend to.
It's a glamorous life.
Right.
So let's talk about Sheila.
Yeah, sure.
So did you have a chance to sing that particular song? Or
she always closes it. Well, it's always in her set. That's one of her biggest hits ever. So
Sheila E., for those who may not know, and I don't know why you wouldn't, but tell us who she is and.
Oh gosh, she's an amazing percussionist, drummer, one of the very few amazing woman drummers of our time, really. She had a big hit, I think.
With a long career.
A long career, yeah. She's very proud of her age, so I don't mind sharing it, but she's like what is she? I don't know, because her dad just turned 90, so she's like 60. Wow. She's like 60
good
something.
For her. She looks good.
Killing it.
She looks good.
And so she's had a career of 50 years or so, because she started touring with like George Duke, and she's toured with Marvin Gaye, I think. I mean, she started touring with her father, who is also an amazing, Pete Escovedo, who's an amazing percussionist himself. He's had his own career for many, many years. So she started in his band when she was 14. Wow. So she's been touring for a very long time. Yeah. Wow, so she's an amazing percussionist, performer. I love watching her perform, because it's a it's a masterclass every single show.
You did something, speaking of DC, at the
Yeah, Capitol.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Not
Capitol
this year.
Not this year.
Previous
This
year.
is last year. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that was
great.
an amazing experience.
It's good to see you on TV.
Yeah, thank you.
It was awesome.
It was such a cool experience, being a part of that. And she just gave me an experience that I'll never forget, just to, also what I love about her, she's unapologetic about who she is, and she's a powerful woman, and she's,
awesome.
I love that about her. She demands respect that she's earned, and she does it in a beautiful, gracious way. So
wonderful. Speaking of wonderful women, your mom, she was a singer, is a singer.
my mommy,
I love the way you always connect with her on social media. It's very sweet.
Thank you so
and
much.
every time I'm like, it's her birthday again.
Yeah, right.
That's awesome. So do you ever pull her up on stage and have her sing with you? Or
It's been very few, but we've done every once in a while.
That'd be
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
I would love to see that.
Yeah, she is my foundation. She's the reason I'm in music. She never forced it on me. But growing up as she shared music. She just simply shared her love of music with me.
Wow.
And growing up, she used to sing with her dad.
Oh, wow.
Her dad and her brother. So my grandfather and my uncle and my mom were a singing trio.
Oh, no
when my mom was
kidding.
like 12 years old, she learned how to play guitar from my grandfather. And so she's, been in music her whole life.
Yeah.
And so she just wanted to share, when I was born, she just wanted to share.
She must be so proud of you.
She's very proud. I'm so
Yeah.
grateful. And she's the one who we would sing together in the car, or any road trips or anything. And she would expose, different genres. So it wasn't, it was soul music, but it was also classical. It was rock. It was gospel, Latin music. Like she exposed, we're from the East Coast originally as well. So my family's from New York. I was born in New York City. Then when I was 3, we moved to Puerto Rico. So I actually lived in Puerto Rico for like four years before coming to San Diego. So I've been here.
Interesting.
I've been here since I was 8, since just before my 9th birthday. So I definitely consider myself a San Diego girl,
Yeah.
but I do have those roots,
That's
and
so cool.
so
What a
I was
good
exposed to like
experience.
Latin music, and like it says New York, it's just got its own
Right.
energy and stuff. But my mom's from upstate New York, but she's just been. Yeah, she's been like
In your corner.
She's been in my corner, and she's just shared her love of music with me, and she never expected it to be something that not that she wouldn't, but she built in my name. My stage name is my real first and middle name, Rebecca Jade. So it's like, they're like, just in case she becomes a performer, she's got that
She had
built in
high
already.
hopes.
Yeah. So
That's great. So obviously lifelong, commitment to music.
Yeah.
And then you went to school, on a basketball scholarship to
did.
Berkeley, right?
I did, yeah.
But study theater.
I did.
Which is, but then masters in.
Marketing.
Ah.
Yeah, I got my
very
master's
cool.
in marketing after
and
that.
there was jazz theater.
I did.
too?
I went to a community college after. That was after the master's degree. I was like, you know what? So that's, that's such a trippy thing when you're kind of coming up, figuring out what you're going to do with your life.
Yeah.
I was always between music and sports. That's been my dichotomous life forever. I've
interesting.
always, when I was growing up, I was in the youth choir, and I was playing baseball. I was I was in the music.
Multi-sports.
I was in the music in some form or fashion, and then I was running track. I always had this like
for you.
really musical and really athletic life, and it really was a bit of a juggle because I didn't know which way I was going to go. And I even started, my mom was a model too when she was younger, and so I tried doing that for a while too. I was always in the arts in some way, and also always in sports. And so I didn't pick up
performing
in
is the
something.
common thread.
Yeah, exactly. And so I actually didn't pick up basketball until high school. But I was always just naturally
You had a
athletic.
scholarship?
I got a full scholarship after
crazy.
from high school, and never picked up basketball
That's
before 9th grade.
interesting.
So.
Wow.
But that's just how much my life was just about. Like, I was just always in sports and always in music. So even then, so I was going through high school, I was playing basketball, and then I was working on my first girl group a record with these two other girls and this producer, and then that fell through. But I was still doing basketball, and then I ended up. It was a lot at the time, so I took a year off after high school. I got lots of scholarship offers, but I just wasn't ready to go to college.
Amazing.
And then I decided to go back, and I went to a junior college for 2 years, really focused on basketball, and that's when I got the scholarship to go to Berkeley.
That's awesome.
Yeah, but at that point, I wasn't sure about music as a career. I didn't know all I knew in my mind that I can recall is like, you try to make it big. That's all you knew. I knew I wanted to be Whitney Houston, you know, like I didn't know there was another level of career, you know. I thought you'd have to be big or go home.
And
you know?
that theatrical sort of focus too was probably helpful because you're performing.
Yeah,
right?
because I thought about just studying music, and in hindsight I probably should have maybe minored in it, but I just didn't know about music as a career. But I was like, I feel like I'm gonna do something in the arts. I was still, you know, at the time before I'd already done a lot of, you know, theater shows, and so I was like, maybe something. I figured I'll do something in the arts. So I figured that was kind of a safe bet.
That's cool.
And it served me well, you know.
Yeah,
I mean, I feel
I'd
like
say so.
yeah, I feel like just being on stage, it just helped me feel comfortable, and but yeah, it's such a trip.
Good. And then how do you find ways? Do you make it a priority to kind of mentor to those younger and to you know, give back and to encourage those, because it's a tough business to break into. I mean, look at your progression through it all.
Absolutely.
So you know, I find that it's, you know, for what I do, it's helpful to give back a little bit and to help the youngsters coming up.
Yeah, I don't have like a setup system or anything like that, but anytime people reach out to me and ask me, you know, if I would, you know, be a guide for anybody, I'm totally open to that. I'm always open to sharing. All I can do is share my experiences. I never want to force any information, or because each person's journey is different. Yeah. Right. My journey is going to be totally different than this person or that person. So I can't tell them what to do. I just would tell them like what worked for me, and maybe what some of my peers, what's worked for them. And it's just a matter, it's going to be totally different. I think it's just a matter, no matter what your goal is, like just keep moving in that direction, whatever that is. And even if it's baby steps, or, you know, you go left, like I said, I got my degree in theater. That wasn't, I don't know, you know, but in some way, I feel like in hindsight, maybe it was like a shift this way, but not, you know, and it still ended up serving me well. And then after that, I was able to meet somebody who became my mentor. That's somebody I wasn't looking for, but he ended up being a big proponent for me and influence for me in just helping me in the way that I try to help others now because of him, you know. And but all he did was just expose music to me, different genres, and the next thing I knew, it was like he was like, I was getting calls from band leaders, you know, and that's how I started getting the experience of being in corporate bands, party bands, and you know, and then that experience led to being asked to be on Dave Cosby. It's so funny. I can draw a through line to how it just these experiences that you don't know might be beneficial in the future become beneficial in the future.
And then being a woman in the business, person of color, how does that, people will probably say, oh, we already have to ask that question, but it's like, you know, we live in America. Has that been, you know, everybody's experience is unique and different, and some people, you know, don't experience things the way other people do. Right. What's been your?
You know, I feel like me being an athlete put my perspective a little differently than some people, because I've just been around guys my whole life, if that makes any sense. And so a lot of times I've been around guys forever when it's been related to sports. When I started playing basketball, I was usually the only girl at the time, high school, girl on the court, then a woman on the court. I just it felt pretty natural to me because I was already so used to just being around, mostly the only woman around. Exactly. You know, so it felt pretty natural to me.
And when you're headlong into doing what you do, all of that other stuff you don't necessarily you just go for it.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah. And I think one of the things I try to tell the young, anybody that asks me is like, I feel like people will be more helpful to you when you're helping yourself. So like if people know that you're really working towards something, even if you're maybe not doing it exactly the right way,
Right.
but people see you genuinely trying, not asking for a handout, not asking,
Exactly.
like don't tell me, you know what I'm trying to say, like don't tell me like, people want you to be like, what, help me,
Exactly.
but not just help me, like I want to see you working towards something,
Right.
people are more willing to help you out when they see that you have already had that drive.
Exactly.
So
when you work with a band,
Yeah.
so you're a solo artist, but you obviously have to have, the instruments around you.
Yeah.
How do you work with the same people all the time, or how does that work?
yeah, that's a good question. It depends. So when I'm in town, I kind of have my list of people that I like to work with. So I have like my set, not set, but I have a Rolodex,
Right,
so to speak,
right.
did I just date myself on that? I have my
I had one too, so we both did it.
but you have your list of people that you're just familiar with.
Right.
And then, or you work with people that are referred, like, okay, maybe I didn't work with this person, but my musical director, Carnell, would recommend somebody. So of course I'm gonna be like, great,
Yeah,
so let's go
right.
with that person. A lot of times though, when you're touring, at least where I'm at right now, the budget doesn't allow for me to bring my own band. If I could bring the band that performs my shows here in San Diego, that would be ideal because they already know my show,
Exactly.
But to get them all the way to DC to Blues Alley,
Yeah.
five of us versus one,
Right.
The budget doesn't allow for that right now. The
Right.
goal is for that to happen where I'll be able to have my own band all the time.
Right.
But that's what we do whenever I travel. It's called, you basically just have pickup bands. So there's bands that are in those cities that either get referred to by the promoter or like
And they're
sometimes
probably eager to work.
yeah, but that can be a catch-22 in a way, or a double-edged sword, I should say, because sometimes you just have to hope that they really learn their music. I mean, stuff
Right.
is not going to be. It's not cover band stuff. These are mostly originals, so you have to hope and pray that they really work on your songs.
Right.
So for the most part, it's usually a good experience, but there's been some not so good ones from time to time.
Well, since I love the song Bottle Up Magic,
Yeah.
it's really one of my favorites.
Thank you.
How was it? And I love Carnell Harrell.
Yes.
I mean, I just think so working with him,
Yes.
he sounds like he's just like, like this with you.
Yes.
So what's that experience like to write the song and then Eric Darius?
Yes.
What? On sax?
Yeah.
So all of those great musicians coming together. So just talk a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
Well, okay, so Bottle Up Magic is the only song on that record that actually wasn't initially going to be on the record.
What?
Yes.
No way.
So let me tell you a little backstory on this one. So I had like 9 songs ready to go, and I needed one more song, and I was like, man, I need one more tune. I didn't have any, I had this other song that I had already written, but to me it didn't feel like it fit the rest of the record. It just didn't, And I don't know why, but at some point, at the same time that I'm trying to wrap up this record, I reached out to another, she lives in Colorado now, but she used to live here in San Diego. Her name is Veronica May. So she's a great songwriter. She's like a multi-instrumentalist and a singer. And we had actually done a song, we had written a song a couple years prior that was kind of sparked by the whole George Floyd.
Oh, okay.
And so she had reached out to me to write this song, and it was a very just cathartic song that we wrote, and it was me and Veronica and another, like a local, hip hop artist, her name's Mickey Vale, and then Jason Mraz actually did it. So
wow.
Yeah, so
Right
the 4
here.
of us, yeah.
White bread, well-fed, white-collar job. My privileges don't make me bad. I heard that from the flock. Dark days, red flames, burned by a case of the blues. Tell me why the beautiful skin I'm in is some kind of threat to you. The country's being run by bad wolves on the hunt. They got a taste for blood.
So we did this song, it's called Bad Wolves. And so from that experience, I just had, it was a wonderful, I had never really collaborated, so back to the collaboration thing we're talking about. I had never really like collaborated with anybody. I had a couple other, and it didn't work very well, but this was like a beautiful, I'd never collaborated, had like a beautiful experience. So that was, and so I don't know why I reached out, but I reached out to Veronica. I was like, you know, because I also, at the same time of me doing the record, I was already also thinking about wanting to create music for sync licensing, for like commercials. There's a whole, that's a whole nother world of like doing placement stuff for movies and stuff like that. So, which is another world that I want to get into. So I reached out, I happened to reach out to Veronica around the same time. You know, like the record is kind of, we're still working on that, but you know, and I need one more song, it's kind of back burner. And I'm saying, anyway, so I reached out to Veronica and I go, hey, Veronica, I'd like to like work on some music together, you know, like some of this stuff for placement, sync licensing. And she's like, great. So we started doing a Zoom call like once a week, just to start writing writing a song. Let's just write one song. Maria, the first song we wrote was Bottle Up Magic.
No way.
Yes.
And if I could bottle up magic, I would save some up for you, just in case you start to panic. When the weight of life gets to you, let's go.
We wrote Bottle Up Magic, and she's
Through a Zoom call.
Through a Zoom call.
That's crazy.
We wrote it in about a month, and she's, like I said, she's a piano player. You know, she can just kind of do chords, and she plays like a bunch of instruments pretty well. You know, and awesome. so she's kind of, you know, and so then I asked her if she's okay with me sending what we've kind of come up with to Cornell. So then he kind of really shaped it. And then my husband Rico, then he was like, it was his idea actually to bring in Eric, because he was like, you know, at this point I'm just starting to tour with Eric. And he's like, you know, why don't you ask Eric if he would be on the song, because now you guys could have a song together. You're already touring a bunch, now you have a song together. I was like, it was a great idea. So of course I call Eric, and Eric's like, absolutely. And so that's how it all happened.
Do it for you. Whoa, see it through. You gotta do it for you.
So now, sorry, I forgot to ask one thing, because we're in the throes at this point with Veronica. It was just to have a song for placement. So as soon as we finished this, before I sent it to Cornell, I said, Veronica, I need one more song for my record. Can I take this and put it on their record? And she said, absolutely. So that's how we got that was the last song.
Thank goodness. That was so.
And I love that song. I love it so much.
It really is. It should be your signature song
Thank
as far
you.
as I'm concerned. Really good. So given that we met in like a spiritually minded community, how do you, when you sing, do you feel like a spirit, like good energy is moving through you, and do you connect that with the audience? I mean, is there some sort of like a vibrational pull that you feel when you're?
You know, I don't know if it's even when I sing. I feel like I maybe so actually. I never really thought about it that way. I feel like I do have just a positive. I think overall my energy is very positive, which
definitely, without a doubt.
And so I think overall it just comes from that place of just light and love, and that just happens to be kind of a spiritual connection in and of itself.
And you glow when you sing. It's really, really awesome.
Thank you.
So when you're recording a song versus performing it on stage, is there a different process you go through within yourself? Because you're doing it for different purposes and for different levels of enjoyment.
So recording and live are really two separate, two really different experiences. Because mic, there's one thing when you're in a live show and, you know, imperfections are almost welcomed a little bit more.
Right.
And I'm recording now too, but you have to be a lot more perfect, put that in parentheses, of course, when you're in the studio, because you have to really walk away. And what I've learned this, because sometimes you'll do a song and you'll at first go, it's fine, and then you'll go back, and I'm guilty of this. You'll come back and listen to you go, oh, I hate this. I should have fixed that one thing, and you don't fix that one little thing, and it bothers you because it's forever.
Yep.
It's not, it's not like you do a show and it's like, okay, maybe you had a little thing, but your energy, people don't notice it, and it's a different thing when you're live and you're experiencing and you're breathing in, and the people are next to you, and the food and the sound, and it's a different thing than when you're in the studio and it's very quiet and you just, and it's just you, and you have to. It doesn't have to be perfect, but you have to be happy with it.
Right.
So if you kind of listen and you go, fix it because
do it because
you're gonna regret it.
There's
I'm telling
you can do about it.
And I'm not the only one that says this. I'm telling you, so many artists that I've talked with, and we go, I know, right?
It's like when you edit a piece too. It's like the
Right.
same story. It's like you have to sit there and watch the same thing. Okay, here
Yes,
she comes
you're
with
like,
that. Oh my God.
Exactly.
So along the lines of performing, so I love when you perform Sade.
Thank you.
Oh, you do her so well.
Thank you.
But how do you, because it's kind of tricky because you have to sing the person's song that is so well heard and so loved.
Yes.
You have to stay true to that sound, but you also are an individual.
Right.
So what's that like?
That's okay. It's interesting balance to try to find, because
you do it well.
Thank you.
And really well.
Thank you so much. And I think where I feel like I kind of get away with it is because I've had a lot of people tell me, and I don't think I sound like her. I don't.
No, yes, you do.
Do I really? So I don't think I do, but but I've had a lot of people say that. So in my mind, I go, well, I'm just going to sing her songs the way I would sing them. And I also, we have our own, we come up with our own arrangements. So it's not me trying to be Sade.
Right.
I'm just gonna be myself, honoring her and her music.
Yes.
And then kind of maybe do some cool live arrangements.
And it works.
Thank you. So that's really I'm not trying to be a caricature of Sade at all. So I still just sing her music. I'm honoring her, but I'm also an artist who's honoring her. So that's my spin on her music.
I love it.
Always hoping you remember what we had is strong and tender in the middle of the madness. Hold on.
Yeah.
And I haven't listened to her in a while, and it's like to bring her back is awesome.
Yeah.
So we're moving on here, and just want to know what's ahead for you.
Yeah.
Where are you taking your career beyond this?
It's a good question. My goal is to keep, my goal, I can't even believe, it's such a trip. My goal has been to tour, and I'm doing it.
And you're doing it.
So
and I know that's what I wanted to say earlier, is that you set out to have that be part of your experience as a singer, and you're doing it.
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. So,
congrats.
So my goal is to do more of that, bigger shows. The goal, of course, like I kind of touched on a little bit, is to have my own band, be able to tour, do bigger venues. I want to. I'm hoping Not Me No Way goes really well. I have a new song that's also coming out later this year with an amazing singer-songwriter, guitar player, Andrea Lisa. That song is called "Feeling Free."
You just performed with her.
Yes. Yeah.
Now I'm standing tall, with my head held high, doing me. Yeah, I'm standing tall, with my head held high, feeling free.
So we're working on that. We have this
Very
song
good.
that's going to be coming out later this year as well. So hoping that my goal, forthcoming is to have a lot more new music. Just hopefully bigger hits that just do well, and that I can tour and people want these songs.
Yeah.
And just to keep traveling the world. I would love to actually tour more in overseas as far as myself.
Right.
You know, getting
Right.
out and touring as Rebecca Jade and getting out there more. So that's
Love
a
it.
goal. And like I was mentioning, even just more sync licensing stuff. I'm working on some behind the scenes stuff with a couple producers where we're writing music for shows. I'm really excited about that. So just,
awesome.
it's about just keep, you know, plugging away and branching out. As you don't know what you don't know. So now that I'm knowing more,
Yes.
I'm wanting to keep growing and getting myself out
love it.
there. So
Well, you can count me in on the next performance.
thank you.
And the downloads. I have you already locked and loaded.
Thank you so much. I appreciate
So
it.
we
Maria.
appreciate you taking some time to shine with us here at SoCal
Yes.
Spotlight. And again, count me in at your next show.
Thank you so much.
Rebecca.
Thank you, Maria.
You're welcome. In the meantime, be sure to be on the lookout for Rebecca Jade in a town near you. Follow Rebecca at RebeccaJade.com and on social media at Lady Rebecca Jade for touring dates and venues. And follow us at SoCal Spotlight for updates. See you on Instagram and on YouTube for the next edition of SoCal Spotlight.